Hello, everybody. So, I wanted to do this little mini series on content for you because you will know if you've been in online business for any longer than like 30 seconds that content is where it's at. It is so important. And in fact, it is the number one money making strategy in online business. The number one money making strategy. Now, if you are in the first kind of year or two of your business and you are still struggling to attract enough clients, if you're still struggling to meet the income goals that you are setting, no matter how conservative they may be, you are probably sitting there thinking, well, content doesn't actually work for me, because maybe you're pinballing between all the different social media platforms. You're on Facebook, you're on social media, you're on Twitter. Maybe you're kind of sending out emails to your list and nothing's happening or nobody's signing up, and you're thinking, well, just content, it may make money, but it's not making money for me. Well, the reason for that is because you are winging it. And just because it's something that you can do yourself for free, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't invest some energy into learning how to do it properly. Because when you do learn how to do it properly, you then start seeing the benefit from it, the value in it. You will start attracting more of your soulmate clients that you cannot wait to work with. You will start reaching those income goals that at the moment you keep pushing from month to month to month to month. And so in this little mini video series, I am going to give you a little content reframe and help you to see how you can start using content in a really strategic way to start growing your business, growing your influence, attracting more customers, and making more money. Now, in this first video, I want to kind of set the scene and just talk to you about the 3 rules of content. Now, you may have heard them before, but it's all really valuable stuff to hear it again, because if you are not employing these 3 rules, you are not attracting customers, you are not making money through your content. Now, rule number 1 is your content has got to be genuinely valuable. Now, by that I mean you can't have any of those clickbait headlines. We've all seen them before, where it's, this amazing headline, we click on it, we go in, and actually it's overpromised. It's really disappointing. The content is, absolutely not what you need. Now, to be genuinely valuable, your content has got to be speaking to those evergreen struggles and desires of your ideal customer. And to know what they are, you obviously have to have really figured out, really nailed into who your ideal customer is. So if you haven't done that, if it's like this vague thing and you're not sure, they could be a bit like this, it could be a bit like that, this is why you really have to nail into it, because you can't speak to anybody's desires or struggles if you're talking to more than one person. So you've got to make sure that your content really is genuinely valuable to them. So they are looking at your content and they're thinking, yeah, wow, this woman knows me well. She knows what my problem is, and she knows what I really, really want, because then they start to trust that actually you are the one for them. You are the coach, the mentor, the expert for them to help them go from A to B. So rule number 2 is that your content has got to wow with its generosity. Now, this is something that a lot of people kick back against. They say, if I am giving all my best stuff away for free, who is going to actually want to give me their money? And who's actually going to want to dive deeper? Who's actually going to want to buy my services or products? Now, obviously, I'm not asking you to do everything for free, but I am asking you to really not hold back, because if you follow any of the kind of the big, really successful online gurus, coaches, mentors, they understand, they do give their best stuff away for free, because they understand there are, of course, always going to be freebie seekers. There are going to be people who are only ever going to come to you to get what you can offer for free. Now, they are not completely useless. They're advocates. They're people who, love you, who maybe buy your book, who will go and sing your praises online and tell people about you. But there are also going to be people who are genuine customers. They're people who are genuinely desperate for the transformation that your product or service offers. But there is so much competition online. There is so many people vying for their money, vying to help them with this particular problem. it's impossible for them to make the decision. It's so hard. They're feeling overwhelmed. And what happens is they become this rabbit caught in headlights and they don't act at all. They know this is something that they desperately want in their life, but they're not actually going to do anything about it because there's nothing tipping them over the edge. There's nothing that's making them think, yes, this is the person who is going to help me get what I desire. But how you do that is by showing them how valuable your product or service is, by giving away and being really generous with the value that you put out there, because then they will see, wow, she's helped me achieve this. She's given me this really valuable quick win. If she can do this with the stuff that she's putting out there for free, what could she do if I actually invested and started working with this person or buying her product? So that's what that free value is doing. It is tipping those kind of people sitting on the fence who are genuine customers, people who are desperate for your products or service, and it is kind of tipping them over onto the right side of the fence to actually become customers and paying clients. So wow them with your generosity. Do not be afraid of giving away some of your good stuff so people can see how valuable you are and you can be in their lives. And rule number three is you've got to make sure that all of your content is relevant. Now, obviously, what is relevant is quite broad when it comes to content for online business, because it's not just about talking about your niche. It's not just talking about the specific thing that you help with. We have to show up as a 360-degree person. We have to show up as a real person, because you're trying to engage the know, like, and trust factor, because they are buying from you as a person. They're not buying a product, they're buying from you as a person. They don't buy the business, they buy you. So we're not just talking about being relevant as in relevant to their specific problem. We're talking about relevant in terms of how you want to show up as a brand. So the parameters are quite wide, but you have to have the parameters there, because otherwise, if you don't put these things in place, and if you don't know what you do talk about and what you don't talk about, that's when you're in danger of going off on tangent, chasing shiny object syndrome, and basically, boring your audience because you're not talking about the right things that are really, really engaging them, or confusing your audience because one day you're showing up like this and another day you're showing up like that. The other reason that it has to be relevant is it has to be relevant to your content goals. What do you want your content to achieve in terms of your business? And content goals are something that are so important. They help your content be strategic. They help your content achieve the things that you want them to achieve, whether it's more followers, more customers, more clients, more engagement, more connection, more know, like, and trust. And so content goals is what I'm going to be talking about in tomorrow's video. So keep an eye out in your inbox, and I am going to be giving you 9 of my favorite content goals that you can steal straight away and start putting into your business. And it's going to help you start creating lots of lovely strategic content for the next months to come. I will see you in tomorrow's video. Speak soon. Bye bye.